Hello everyone. Today I'll be doing an overview of my MTH Norfolk Southern Dash 9, number 9171. So this is the box it came in. I got this locomotive secondhand off of eBay for a pretty good price, I'd say. The only thing that is probably not of what the model would be if you were to get it would be it's missing the instructions that come inside of it, that little booklet, and one piece of foam. Besides that, it is basically brand new. I'll show you the packaging. MTH packaging is always really nice. And then on both ends, it has little information about what you're buying. It's a DCC ready locomotive. Shows you the number, the paint scheme, the road, all that stuff. So, you put the box down, you can lift the top off, and you can now see the locomotive. Originally, you would see a booklet on top and a piece of foam covering that. Those two are non-existent with my item because I got it secondhand, but I've ran this model to test it, make sure it works, and actually it didn't get ripped off, and it does. It's phenomenal. So if you're going to take it out of the packaging, you just slide this out. Pretty similar to most other manufacturers' higher end items. So you can just put that away. And so that's to the side, you don't need that anymore. And now you can take the locomotive out of the cradle. I do like the design of this cradle because it locks in right here. Oh, yep, not in the camera. It locks in right here. And then also, MTH has labeled the different parts of it. So they tell you to lift here, and then also where to put the model when you're storing it back. So the long hood faces this end, short hood faces this end. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen any other manufacturers do that as far as I'm aware. So that is pretty cool that they do that, because it's kind of hard to tell where the model goes in the packaging. So it comes off just like this. If you will note that there is foam in certain places that keep the model from moving, putting pressure on delicate parts, which is awesome. So to get it out, I would hold with one hand on the cradle and the other hand on the model, and you're going to want to wiggle it side to side very gently, and then boom, it'll pop right out. Set the locomotive down, and you could put this back in the box and store it away. Now with the model out of the packaging, you can take a close look to some of the details this locomotive has. As many of you may or may not know, MTH was the first company to make a Norfolk Southern Dash 9 that is a white cab with the headlight in the right location that is not brass, which is pretty cool because it's a pretty noticeable feature on a Norfolk Southern Dash 9. Athearn and Crotto have both made Dash 9s Norfolk Southern paint, but that aren't correct. Athearn has re-released them many times and still hasn't bothered fixing it, which kind of sucks because Athearn makes good stuff that they didn't care to make a proper Dash 9. But at least MTH was the first one to do it in 2015. This is a 2015 run. But also, many as you may know, Skill Trains has also made a Dash 9, which is we thought this was pretty good for 2015, but the Skill Trains one just absolutely just pulled the rug from under our feet and just surprised us. Which I do plan on getting a hold of one sometime soon. I might get one of the top hat ones when those release and give these two a comparison. But we'll go over some of the details. MTH went pretty far with trying to strive to be as accurate as possible with the correct headlight, of course, and also the knuckle basket on the side, which is a pretty big noticeable feature for Norfolk Southern locomotives. Correct horn, of course, which is always nice. And then if we turn the model around and look at the back, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. But you can also see they have the spur knuckle detail on the pilot, which is really cool. That's a big Norfolk Southern feature, along with the pilot in the back, which is Norfolk Southern's. Most of their locomotives, the vast majority of them, are equipped to run long hood forward if they need to. And along with the rear ditch lights, which are illuminated, which is awesome, along with the front ones. Since some manufacturers don't like to light them up, not too many of them don't like to light them up, but some of them don't. Bachmann, they did a release of their Gevos and didn't have the ditch lights lit, and then they did a release with them lit. So not every manufacturer does it. But let's go into details. These are all LED lights, which are nice. The boards are lit. Windshield wipers, it has wind deflectors, sunshades, all kinds of details that are really awesome. Nice equipped to be included on the model. It's pretty crazy that the Skeletrains one is so much nicer than this one, because this was a pretty good, and still is a pretty good model. Since it's DCC ready, I'm just gonna put a decoder in it, because I wasn't really interested in getting the DCC or DCS or whatever MTH's decoder is, because I hear a lot of people in HO complain about that. So that's probably the biggest drawback from this model, along with MTH not including plows as far as I'm aware. And if they did, I'm pretty sure they weren't correct. I think the person who had this before me did not include the plow. That's why it's not on here, but the plows are not correct. Anyways, so that's one big drawback, but that's not too big of a deal. Most manufacturers end up getting plows wrong. That's usually the thing that's usually the most incorrect, especially for Southern Pacific locomotives I've seen. But besides that, this locomotive looks amazing. We can check out the other side. Lots of good detail. And also, these handrails are amazing. Look how sturdy those are. They're not bending that much. Like, you gotta put a little bit of force to bend those. Those are some good handrails. Not many manufacturers make handrails that good. So, these are pretty good. Along with, when I got this, gotta adjust the camera. Just a little bit more. You see this railing right here is broke, but that can easily be glued back. In the pictures of when I got this, the railing wasn't broke, so that's something the company shipping it did. But that's easy. You can just glue that right back. It'll be easy. I'll probably just use some CA, because this assumes like it's plastic. I'll just use a tiny drop of that, and we'll be good to go. And then also, one thing about this locomotive, I think the board inside of here might be wired incorrectly or damaged. And the reason I say that is whenever the unit is running forward, short hood first, this direction, the rear ditch lights are illuminated, along with the front ones, of course, and the headlight. But the rear ones are illuminated when it's going forward, which is weird. And then when it goes in reverse, no ditch lights are on, which is pretty weird. So I don't know if it's just because it's a problem with the way MTH set it up in DC, or that's just something wrong with the board for my model. So that's something that probably could be easily fixed. I have to open it up and look at it. I probably won't open this up to put DCC in it, since it's not that big of a problem. But I will put that out there just so everyone knows. And besides that, I think it's a great locomotive. I'll attach a video at the end of this of the unit running around. But besides that, that'll be the end of the video. So everyone take care, and please enjoy the short running video that will follow this.